Hey everyone, today we're talking about PPP and how people are jacking up this calculation and they need to take an interest. Business owners, you need to take an interest in getting this calculation right. Do not count on your bookkeeper, your payroll service provider, your banker to put in the correct amount. Take an interest, ask a few questions, watch a couple videos, read a few items, talk to your CPA, make sure that the right amount, the higher amount, is included as your payroll cost, because down the road, this amount's going to be completely forgiven if you do it right. So, overview. What is the Paycheck Protection Program? So this program is from the government as part of their whole stimulus package, and it says, we're going to pay for your employees for the next 2.5 months. Fantastic. 2.5 months, your payroll cost for your employees is covered by the government, as long as you're spending the money on payroll, mortgage interest, fixed debts, rents, utilities. If you're spending your money on that stuff, then this loan from the government is going to be forgiven. And even if it's not forgiven, the loan is still only 1%. It's a fantastic deal. So, payroll is exactly what you think it is. It is the full compensation that you would normally pay to your employee. It covers things like salaries, wages, commissions, tips, vacation, medical, parental and sick pay, group healthcare benefits. And one of the ones that's tripping people up is retirement benefits. So oftentimes you go into your bank and your banker says, okay, give me your 941. I want to see the 941. Great. That covers off most things. But if there's contributions made to a traditional retirement program, those things aren't included in the 941. They're not taxable. They've been taken off. You need to add those back in. That could end up being a substantial amount of money that potentially can be forgiven. You're multiplying that by the number of employees you have. Make sure that the retirement benefits, if they're traditional, are added back in. Now, if it's a Roth, then those things aren't added back in. They are just left the way it is. They are already included on the 941. So make sure when you're talking to your bookkeeper, your CPA, your banker, your payroll service provider, that they're not jacking this up and that you're putting the right amounts in there. All right, state and local taxes are also included in there, but FICA taxes, so your Social Security and Medicare, are not. Those need to come out. So again, as a business owner, take an interest. It doesn't take that much time. Understand the different components. Make sure each of them are in. It's just asking a few questions and get somebody. If your banker's looking at you like a deer in the headlights, like he doesn't know what you're talking about, then you have to do a little more work on your own. Go talk to somebody, watch a video, look something up, go back, check the 941s yourself. Ask your payroll service provider, figure this out, because you do not want to leave money on the table. How do we calculate the PPP? How do we calculate what your payroll costs are? So the government has said, look at your payroll costs for the last 12 months. Divide that by 12 and you'll get your average payroll costs. So let's say, for example, your payroll for the whole year is $240,000. Take the 240, divide by 12, your monthly cost is $20,000. So every month you spend roughly $20,000 on payroll. Take that $20,000 times 2.5 months, and you get $50,000. That's the amount of the loan that you can get in the Paycheck Protection Program. And that's the amount of the loan that can be, if you spend it in the right areas over the next 8 weeks, completely forgiven. Amazing, $50,000. So this loan can be up to $10 million. It's for businesses with less than 500 employees. And anything that's not forgiven is basically a loan at 1% interest rate. Another fantastic deal. Let's talk banks. So the Bank of America certainly is up and running, taking applications, handing out money. The other banks are certainly catching up and they're going through the process. The money is being handed out. Now this is first come, first serve. I know there's talk about new stimulus programs to give more money because the first program wasn't enough. So this is a first come, first serve. So if you're sitting around waiting, get your application done, get it in, and get in queue. You need to get on this right away. Do not delay. The other thing is, once you get the money, the clock starts ticking. So you have 8 weeks to demonstrate that you are spending that money on payroll, rents, utilities, fixed debt. So if you can demonstrate that you're spending that money in these areas, you go back to your bank at the end of the 8 weeks, you show them, hey, this is where I spent the money, and that amount will be deemed by your bank to be completely forgiven. You do not have to pay it back. Boom. Huge, huge. So what we're recommending our clients do is take this PPP money and put it into a separate bank account. Then go ahead and spend on your payroll and your rents and your fixed debt and your utilities, and make sure it's all coming out of that account, because at the end of the 8 weeks, you want to have a nice, clean tie from the money that was given to the money that was spent. You hand your banker his own bank statement right back to him. Bada boom, bada bing, the money is forgiven. And you don't have the headaches of extra bookkeeper costs, trying to, figure out what's been commingled, pulling this out of that and there. Giant headache. Believe me, this will save you countless amounts of time and headache down the road, just to be able to walk in and say, look, I kept it all separate and it's just forgiven, and you walk away. Fantastic. Fantastic. So that's what we're recommending to all of our clients. Other than that, if you have any questions, you as a business owner are the master of your own ship. Do not just rely blindly on other people to get this number right, because it's money that's coming out of your pocket, and everybody's moving so fast that they just want to get it done. And they're not focused on quality service for you oftentimes. So take a look, ask a few questions, watch some videos, read some articles, and just make sure that everything that you can possibly get out of this PPP program, you maximize. My name is David. I'm a certified public accountant. If you need any help, please let us know, and hope that helps. Take care. Like and subscribe below. Take care.